Happy Monday again. So we are here for an author talk short, and today we are talking with Cam Johns about her romance books. So you guys know me, Amy Russell Fern, here for Author Talk. Today is an author talk short. So Cam, what kind of books do you write?
So I mainly write erotica, and it's pretty detailed when I write. I do love to add as much suspense, mystery, murder as possible. Mm-hmm. I don't like it when people like assume what's going on. That's like the worst thing ever.
Nice.
That's interesting. You know, we've interviewed a bunch of romance writers, and I don't think, have we interviewed anyone else yet that has said they included murder in their romance?
No,
Fern,
they've all wanted to, but
no. It's a lot of the people that follow me say that they don't like that. I don't like the whole happy ending thing. That's just not me. I'll do romance and everything, do the sex, but I like to kill people.
Nice.
Hey, well, you know, life does not have happy endings.
You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't. No, it doesn't. This is the truth. Yes.
So your books, so are they like a murder mystery romance, like where like are your characters like detectives or just like murder just happens?
I actually never wrote anything about a detective. Like the series that I'm working on now is with a partner, Sonia Jesus, and it's a mafia romance.
Ooh.
So,
okay,
with the erotica in there as well.
Okay,
but no, most of the mysteries is just straight characters that are killing people.
Okay, you're my kind of people. You hit on like everything that I love. I mentioned this earlier today. I love just books that kill people. Like, it's so sad. I'm an aggressive person on the inside.
I don't think that has anything to do with it.
That is perfect.
Yeah, actually it does in Amy's case. She is a very aggressive person.
On the inside, it's only when you come from my family and stuff, man. Like, I will just hurt. Like, I will hurt you. I'm not even gonna lie.
Like, I feel like these books are critical because, like, you know, it helps us to get those feelings of needing to murder some people out via our writing or our reading it instead of actually doing it. So I feel like they're doing a public service.
Okay.
To me, they're public service books. Okay. It keeps us from wearing orange. That's all I'm just gonna say.
Hey, you know what? Orange may not be in my color wheel, but if I have to wear it, I'm down. Okay. Just saying.
No, I'm not wearing orange. I'll just write about it.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. I like that too.
So, you know, since you write erotica, okay, I have to share with you that I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to do away with the word or the label clean romance, okay? Because, like, there's nothing dirty about sex. It's like the yummiest thing in the world. And so I'm just like, we need to do away with this like clean romance stuff. We need to call it.
It's so boring to me. I don't like clean romance. And then it's not really realistic.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to have a relationship in a book, how do you not include sex? It's just weird.
But I mean, you know, I can see that there's people who maybe don't want to read, you know, the erotica lovely stuff. But, you know, the label is the issue I have with it. Like, I mean, if you want to write a sweet romance where, you know, they're kissing and it all fades to black and we all know what happened and nobody saw it. Okay, fine. It's boring, but okay. You know, you got your audience. But, like, why are we calling it clean? I mean, there's nothing dirty about sex. Sex is delicious.
It is. I don't know why they call it clean. I think it's just ridiculous. But there's a lot of genres that I think are getting played.
You know, Fern, that in some of our interviews, we've had some of the writers talk about that they were even supposed to get the shirtless guys off their cover. So what's going on?
What's up with that? I love the men who lose their shirt.
My last three covers, they're not naked. He's completely clothed.
He's clothed.
Still sells.
But that's okay because he gets naked in the book.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you have some that don't. You have some that are at least shirtless. These two are.
Right. Those two that's the series that I was just talking about, the mafia romance.
Mm-hmm.
And
But
then,
these are like alluring with clothes on, you know, like I'm a sucker for a man in a white t-shirt. Like, I don't know. It's just, so this one like appeals to me. It's just one of those things. Like these are still very like alluring for me. I do like them.
Right. I barely use covers that have, like, I just changed those, the Arousing series covers because it was a woman on the cover and people are like, I'm not going to read that. It's like it got played out because it was a girl on the cover. I just didn't understand that, but whatever.
Well, you know, I don't understand that either. I mean, you know, there's a man inside, right? So that's
there's a man inside. I don't know.
And he comes inside.
You know, that was creative. Okay, you can tell the writers on this show because that was very creative. It took me a minute, but then when I saw Russell's face, I was like, oh, my mind did not go in the right direction and it needed to go this way. So yeah, that was creative, Fern.
We talking erotica today, my friends.
Oh my
I
goodness.
don't know if you're gonna go that far, but yeah.
So, what are some of the things that you have found the most challenging in terms of the romance as a genre, you know, in writing it and kind of bringing it to your public?
So I think the main thing that was hard for me was changing the scenes. It gets boring if I keep repeating the same scenes over and over again. And then you come up with all these new ones that kind of don't fit my genre, I guess you can say. So I have to, and then I may not be in a romantic mood. And I have to write these romantic scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't always work. So I have to sit there and watch a Netflix movie. Most of the time it's 50 Shades of Grey. And then I start writing again.
Yeah.
It takes time. It takes a long time. That's the main thing. The romance scenes is hard for me now.
Yeah. And I could see that because as a working writer, you know, you have, I mean, that's the big thing. If you're a working writer, you have to sit down and do the work. And, you know, there's no magic dust that says the muse is going to hit at that moment. So,
right.
Yeah.
There were times I had to take like 3 months off from writing because I just couldn't put my head in it. And then I just had my daughter. It was just, I know Amy told me she has kids too, so I know she gets
Struggle's real. It's real. The struggle is real. Okay, I get it.
She's my only one, and I'm like, I don't know how people do it with more than one. But
Girl,
hey,
you are talking to someone that wasn't going to have any and wound up with 2 in 2 years. Okay, so
Russell has a comment on that. Russell has a comment about that.
I don't think he should. He should not.
I've commented enough. I think.
Yeah, Russell calls me reckless. Okay, that's what Russell Plum calls me. My kids are 13 months
Cam,
apart.
she's very careless. That's what Amy is.
they're 13 weeks apart.
They're 13 months apart.
13 months apart, right?
Yeah. So, like, I have one that's about to turn 3 in July, and then right after that, my 1-year-old's going to turn 2. So it's struggle's real, girl. I get it. Okay, but to help like with the inspiration, you mentioned 50 Shades of Grey. I know something that's really hot right now is this 365 Netflix film. And I recently was made aware that the second one came out. So I watched the second one because I love mafia romances. I don't know why. It's probably because they're violent. Like, I don't know. But I love those. And the second one came out. So if you need inspiration, girl, I recommend that.
I didn't even know the second one came out.
I didn't either. It's called This Day. It's great. It's almost better than the first one in my personal opinion.
Okay, I'm going to be watching that today.
I'm telling you. I had to watch it last night because I have to watch it. My kids are asleep. My husband's asleep because he's like, I ain't watching that. So I laid in bed and watched it. Fantastic. Highly recommend it for inspiration.
I actually, for the reading that I did for Lovapalooza, the recording, I did the first chapter to the mafia romance, and it was a murder scene, of course. So when I read it and I let other people read it, they were like, I don't know if you should read that for this recording for these people because you don't know what's coming in there. So I had to do a trigger warning when I was reading it. I wasn't sure. But that's how I like to write. I like to start off with getting you, probably with a murder. That's just how I like to do it.
I love it.
And see, I think that's a really great thing. Like with a trigger warning is a great thing to have in the sense of, okay, I mean, you let people know this is what the content is. I prefer to call it content advisement, you know, because like, okay, this is what my content is, and if it's not what you want to read, then you know, don't go here.
Right.
Which I think it's just respectful, but it also honors your voice because that's what you want to write.
Right.
Anyway, Russell, you were going to say something.
Well, I was just going to comment on how contrarian Cam is. You're doing your speaking piece for Lovapalooza, and you start off with the first chapter, a murder scene, which is, again, so opposite of so many of the other speakers. I love contrarian thinkers. I believe in them. I think they're what makes the world go around. So, you know, I'm a little bit surprised that you needed a warning, though.
Well, the trigger warning wasn't for the murder. It was because of why she was murdering. So it's sensitive for women. So
I understand.
So that's why I did the trigger warning.
Okay, see, now I want to read it more now. I'm just, yeah.
Well, good. That's the point.
I know. Bravo.
So real quick, like, you are going to be part of Lovapalooza. You have the reading that you recorded that is available through the conference. Are you doing a workshop or a panel presentation?
No, I knew I wasn't going to be able to do a workshop. It just fell into a bad work schedule for me. So I knew I wouldn't be able to do that, but I wish.
Well, we're glad that you were able to participate with the reading. That's really cool.
Yeah.
What drew you to writing romance? You know, because that's always an intriguing question. Like, of the genres of writing, what drew you to romance?
I actually started writing romance when I was 14. It was started off as just poetry, and then it just led into short stories, and then a full-on novel a few years ago. I never was going to publish it, though. It was just supposed to be for fun because I didn't want my family knowing that I was writing about sex. But now, I mean, they still won't read it, but they'll skip over that part and read the rest. But I mean, I'm glad I released it because it turns out people actually liked it. So I felt good about it.
You know, I think you and Fern have a lot in common. I think Fern started writing younger in poetry too, didn't you, Fern?
A little bit when I was young, but I've always been a novelist at heart because I've always been making up crazy worlds and fantasy stuff going on in sci-fi, and I just don't think there's enough romance in sci-fi. We need more romance in it, you know. And I'm releasing my science fantasy novel, which has a heavy romance element in it. Coming up this year, so I'm excited about that because heat and spice.
Okay,
you know.
I've never read. It's weird. That's the one genre I've never read. Sci-fi romance. I just never did it.
I know. I don't think we have enough of it.
I've never done it myself.
Oh, hey, you could have like a sci-fi mafia romance.
Well, that's different. My writing partner.
That's creative. That's creative.
I don't know, maybe.
Oh man.
But so you have a couple of series. You've got your Mafia series. What are some of the other series that you have? And,
well, I only have the two. The Arousing series. That's really the main erotica one, and that's my first series. The second one is the romance, the Mafia romance one. And I wrote that with my partner. But those are the only two series. Everything else I've written has either been an anthology or a standalone.
Okay. And are you going to continue these series, or are you thinking of jumping into something new?
I don't have. I wish. Me and my writing partner are still currently trying to do the series that we're doing now, and then I have two anthologies that are due in 2 months. So I don't.
That's your bandwidth, right?
Plus I edit on the side, proofread, and all that, and then I have a full-time job. It's just.
I hear
busy,
you.
busy.
I hear you.
We all can relate. Like we all understand. The struggle is real. We can totally relate to that 100%. But you guys, this is an author talk short. So if you want to hear more about Cam's romance novels, her just as a romance writer, make sure you check out Love-A-Palooza, which starts on June 17th and goes through June 26th. The live days are June 24th. It's a pajama party. Bring your own beverage. And the 25th and the 26th are live interaction days. So make sure that you check it out. The link is going to be in the comments. Give me a minute and I'll put it over there in the comments. But Cam, thank you so much for taking time out of your very busy day and
Thank you.
to talk to us about it. I am excited. I'm going to go and check out your Mafia romance books right now because those are my thing.
Great. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Guys.
But until next time, you guys, this has been an Author Talk Short. Bye, everybody.